Okay, I'm starting the video off with this nice, cute-looking Ferrari family. They're all decked out in their Ferrari gear in front of the Daytona. That's pretty funny. Let's go back to the classic Provo. That means this car is really a test car. It's being tested before it's registered, a final test. That's how they would drive around Italy, Provo Mo. What an absolute beauty, with the blue piping too. Amelia Island Concours Elegance. And so this is a 1952 Ferrari, and started building the road cars in 1948 after spending some time at Alfa Romeo. And basically they told him he couldn't build cars for about 10 years, I think it was, or 5 years. So he started in 1948, and he really wasn't interested in the road cars so much. He wanted to just sell those so he could finance his racing team, and that's what he did. So there you go. 1958 Ferrari here. What a beautiful, you just don't see them in this color and this trim very often. Just what a beauty. Ronnie wire wheels, and like I said, this blue piping, just magnificent. And he's in it, ready to go. Don't worry, I didn't skip over the Daytona. Actually, not one of my favorite Ferraris. Most people do love the Daytona, but personally, and I usually like wedge designs as well, but in this case for the Daytona, I like it, but maybe it was convertible. But I do like the weird Ferraris. I like the 400, which came after this and was also wedge shaped, but anyway, that's probably a lot of people are saying, what? Really? You don't like this one, but you like the 400? Well, it was the first Ferrari I drove. And you always remember your firsts, right? So there you go. Historical vehicle, 1958. And lo and behold, we have another, nice blue interior. We have another Daytona here. This one with the wire wheels. I actually prefer the other wheels on the Daytonas, but still, who's going to complain about a Ferrari? No one is, of course. Interesting people everywhere you look too. Just the people watching here at Amelia is awesome as well. So you can just walk around and take it all in, and you'll just never see so many rare cars at the same time. Except maybe at Pebble Beach, of course, but there you go. Jag XJR15. Check out my video on the XJ220 from back in the day, but that's pretty cool. Just gonna keep it going here. Supra, and this one is a 959S over here. Very, very cool. Don't see those every day. Let's go over this way as well, because I remember seeing a very cool Lotus over here I want to show you guys before we get started on down this way. Don't worry, we'll get everywhere. You'll see everything in my video. That's why you want to watch a Drivin Ivan video. I don't leave anything out. I do have two Lotuses, so I can't wait to get over and see this one. Mark 8, 1955 Lotus. Absolutely gorgeous.
Bill knows I'm a complete crack and I've got cars going back to 32.
1950 MG. Yes, sir. And look at the aerodynamics on this one. You can tell it was built at a time.
These cars
the fins were in, and that's how Colin Chapman did the fins. There you go.
Just like the original Beetle. So
MG. And look at this. Look at this 550 here. Oh my God. This, of course, is similar to James Dean's little bastard. It's a 54 Porsche. His was a 55. And this one looks like it's got some racing accoutrement added on.
But where they really shine is like
good look, show you inside there.
which is where
You are
fun to drive.
very, very clean, very cool color. Look at that, Cooper. That thing is a beauty. These old race cars are just so cool. They're light, they're quick, and oh so stylish. I mean, you just don't see cars built like this anymore. No sir. 550. Go, got something American over here. Ford, of course. What do we got? Well, take your walk around it anyway. Magneto, SPL, Joe Hunt. Race cars 46 to 60. So we have a 1960 Ewing here. Certainly don't see that every day. 1934 Alfa Romeo. So this would be about the time that Enzo Ferrari parted ways with Alfa. He was a driver for them, and I think he helped manage their race team also. He was never as successful of a racing driver as he wanted to be. You had the Fangios of the day back then, who were very, very good. And he enjoyed it, but he just figured then he would just build the race cars and win races that way. If he can't win in the race himself racing, he would just build them himself. So here we go. This is a B&C, 1930. And the 1928 Bentley here as well. I'll show you from the other angle, because why not? Of course you want to see it. Boat tail. Beautiful cars, as far as the eye can see. Let's keep going on down here. I'll walk you through the motorcycles. Maybe you missed them. I'm not a big motorcycle guy. I feel much safer with four wheels. Quite frankly, I don't trust anybody else driving, because if somebody else makes a mistake, you can suffer on a motorcycle. But these are awesome, I have to say. Harley Davidson. Nice selection of motorcycles. Okay, gonna get up in here, go row by row for you, and start here. I recognize this car. This one is from the Revs Institute, I believe. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, it's the Collier collection. So you can see this at the Revs Museum usually. And if you're ever in Naples, Florida, I highly suggest you go to the Revs Museum. It's one of the best car museums ever.
Gotta go.
Yeah, there you go. He's got a Revs hat on. So there you go. This one was in the entryway there. And
GTR, CLK GTR.
CLK GTR, he is correct. Look at that, Monaco Grand Prix 1981. And it's the show car. Oh. Yes, yes, yes. Dropped my beautiful Hispana Suiza catalog. The gentleman was kind enough to point out. They're actually a sponsor. They're a media sponsor. And Hispana Suiza is building a car now, so there you have it. Look at this. Wow, that is really cool. Intervention with the blue interior. And you certainly don't see the blue interior every day. Here you go.
No,
I have a similar charger, and if it's not turning on, the battery's too dead for it to turn on, but hopefully they'll get it started here. But those chargers should actually auto kickstart. With my 30 car collection, I have to have a very dependable battery jumper, and I do. I use the anti-gravity and also the top version of the one that he's using there. I think it's called the 15,000, if you're wondering. A good car jumper. Beautiful M1, 1980 BMW M1. Wow, what a car. Ever so cool. F50. Oh, they got it started. Good. I guess they probably got to drive it up to the show area is over there. I'll show you the layout here. That's where you enter over there, far, far, far away. There's a lot of advertisers over there. And then over this way, all the cars wrapped around down the field here. And all the way down the other way. You can circle around and back and forth. But but they give awards and things down there, so I guess that's where they're headed. Charge S. Nice. Okay, working our way back over. That's the F50. Interesting paint scheme on this one, I must say. Not very common. H-gate shifter. Now that's what makes a Ferrari special. I just bought, for the trip here, I flew into Florida, bought a Maserati Spider, and headed up this way. So check out my review. I already have a review of a Maserati Spider that I had tested. This is an F40, of course. It's nice to see an F40 and an F50 together. But I chose to buy the Cambio Corsa, actually. And you can watch my video and figure out why. I've driven the 6-speed manual Maserati Spider as well. But I don't know, for that car, I'm just fine with the Cambio Corsa. And I'll talk more in detail about that controversial transmission. But you can check out my silver Maserati Spider review, and there you have it. Let's walk over this way because I think I missed a couple cars. Don't want to miss anything, like I told you. We're going to hit everything today. So there you go. Probably just take us this way and then swing back for those, because look at this thing. Wow. You're going to want to see the 1953 Maverick, aren't you? Of course you are. But we'll see that a little later, don't worry. Testarossa. Anyway, the H-gate Ferrari shifter is one of the finest things in the automobile world to operate. It's just one of those engineering marvels. Kind of like driving a car like my Lancia Delta Integrale. There's a reason that everybody was talking about that car back in the day. All the journalists raved about it, said it was quicker than Ferraris and things like that. The fastest point-to-point car. So, you know, a lot of cars are special for very different reasons, and that is a very special car indeed. There it is. Just trying to show you everything here. If I don't tell you the description, maybe I'll point the camera that way so you can see what it is. But this is a 77 Vet. And strangely, I had a blue 77 Vet, but if it was this one, I wouldn't have sold it. I sold mine, just sold mine actually. And you can see my full review of that. Just Google Drivin Ivan in any car, and you'll find it. 76 Chevy Vet here, Sebring. Wow. Just a lot of rare cars out today and every day here at Amelia Island.
All the original wood case with all the gears.
Hola. Beautiful vets out here. This was a 68 Erwin Croes.
Play with it.
Take care. Hey, Finn. Right here, bud. Right here.
You want to keep off.
I don't have.
Scarab, 1958. Oh, we got a race car with a surfboard over here. Why? Because it's Santa Monica. Of course you have to have a race car with a surfboard. 185 horsepower. That is old school, kids. 1957 Chevy with a surfboard on top. It's the way to be. 56 Chevy Corvette. This must be some sort of barn find or something. See people underneath it. Let's see.
Yeah, I know. I went down and I started feeling. I just started.
357 Corvettes were
It's just
introduced the new
absorbing.
Rochester fuel injection system. That's pretty funny. I had a Rochester carburetor on my Chevelle, 70 Chevelle convertible, Malibu. No one could tune it. No one could tune it correctly. It was a shame. But Smokies Motorama. Okay, good. I think we'll do that area later. I'll swing us back over this way. And Lucid. Lucid has a display today. Wish I could tell you what that is. I will in a second. It's like a electric car company, a burgeoning electric car company. I like their name. Lucid's a good name. So you can design your. There you go. New car company. You do see it all here at the Amelia Island Concours. We'll get over back here to Porsche's display. Don't worry. But we're gonna stay in order here. That way you'll be able to find stuff in the video if there's something you saw and maybe you want to see what I saw or something like that. You can just swing through in order. So yeah, you could outfit these gull wings pretty much any way you wanted them. You can bring your picnic table cloth right into your seats apparently, and that's pretty cool. A lot of these came with luggage and picnic baskets and all that sort of thing too. And so this one, as you can see, has the luggage and the cool seats and is very well presented here, as you can tell. 1956. Wow, wow, wow. Very, very nice. I don't know if I showed you this one. This bitchin' Camaro. Bitchin' Camaro, as it were. Bitchin' Camaro, bitchin' Camaro. That's a song by the Dead Milkmen, in case you're wondering. I do have a band as well. Play some new wave music in that band, and lots of original songs and original music on YouTube, like my Free Your Mind video, where you can see a lot of my car collection as well in that video, and guitar collection. Look at this, an orange Speedster. That's pretty cool. Just walking and talking, that's what I do. Let you know what I think about these cars. 1956 Mercedes. They were just so graceful and beautiful cars. They were just, it's very fitting. Mercedes, of course, Mercedes-Benz. Benz was one of the founders, and then the other guy had a daughter named Mercedes and wanted her name used. So that's how you get the name Mercedes-Benz. Here we have some Jaguars. Jaguars, check out I bought this cheapest Jaguar XJR supercharged video, and also I have an X-Type wagon estate as well. Check that car out. Just Google Drivin Ivan in any car, as I say. You will find them. Dark restoration. So that's a 1953 Widow. Take you inside, why not? Sorry, sir, I'll be out of your way in a second. Sorry about that, going around back. Everybody walks in front of your shots here at Amelia, and they don't think about anybody else. So it's kind of very, very annoying when it happens. See, I timed that one, so I would walk by and not interfere with the picture. I try not to interfere with other people's stuff because it's very frustrating when you get interfered with, but in a crowd of this capacity, I mean, it's really nothing you can do. Everybody wants to see every car, and a lot of people are looking at the same ones at the same time. 1953 Seata. I have footage of one of these, actually a smaller one, on the track at La Bella Macchina d'Italiana. That's a cool video because I interviewed Valentino Balboni, Lamborghini's test driver, in that video. And he was very nice to me and actually remembered me when I came to Italy. He gave me a private tour of Lamborghini's museum before it opened to the public back in 1999. So that was pretty cool. Just Google Valentino Balboni and Drivin Ivan and you'll find that video. 1947 Alfa. Jeremy Clarkson says, if you haven't owned an Alfa, you're not a sports car enthusiast. So something to think about, kids. I have two Alfas. I have a 164 and also a very rare 1973 GTV GTC conversion. It's converted to a convertible, so check that out elsewhere on YouTube. But This one here, 1953, Langenfelter collection. A lot of prestigious collections that you see out here. So here you go, first year Corvette, everyone. This is how they looked back in the day. A blue flame. And remember, it's the 50s, so fins were in. Just lovely. Look at this thing. Wow, wow, wow. Art Deco styling in an automobile. You have to love it. You have to love it. You don't have a choice. You just have to love it. Is this yours? Whose is it? Oh, over there. Okay. Just gonna ask a bunch of questions. Okay. So Cadillac, Maverick. It's got Cadillac wheels anyway. Probably a custom build on the Cadillac chassis. There you go. You can read all about it right here if you like. You can freeze frame that and read up on it if you like. 1953 MG Arno. And backing on down here to this beast of a car. Big Bentley, big engines, and it's I believe a 1929 Bentley. People were riding high, but the stock market was about to crash. But something tells me the people that had these probably weren't all that much affected, unless they had too much in stock. Then they were. There's a simple lesson for you and your crypto kids. Only invest as much as you feel safe investing.
Concours, a great show you should all go to.
You should never invest money that you need to pay your bills with. There's a lesson. Take it from Drivin Ivan. All right, 1939 Alfa Romeo. Super Leggera in super light. Right-hand drive on this one. And beautiful cars everywhere you look. Let's see. Look at the back end of this thing.
We went to Le Mans together. He gave me the greatest tour of Normandy anybody's ever had. Thank you, Harley. Justin
Sunbeam
Bell,
Tiger.
race driver.
Does it really have a, oh, it's NART. Oh, nice. North American Racing Team. That's what NART stands for. That's who built the convertible Daytona Spiders. NART. There's a really nice looking Mustang. Oh, yeah.
Paul Russell from Essex, Massachusetts. Donald Osborne from the Audrain.
All right, I think I can get going down this next aisle here, which I will do.
Classic Center in Irvine, California. Ken Gross, my
go.
hot rod expert.
Homeless
Anytime I need to buy
Snopes.
something, I call him, and then Jane gets mad. Paul Honorio from Duncan, South Carolina. Alice Ulrich, been with us 26 years from Jacksonville, Florida. Peter Brown.
Mustang Solana.
Our friend Ed Jessup, an accomplished photographer, race driver, just fun to
Drivin
be with.
Ivan. I got
It is Drivin Ivan.
Hey, man.
You're live on my video. How you doing? Thanks for noticing me.
We met last.
Yeah, I know. I remember you. Nice to see you again. I'll see you. Hey, I'll see you at the media lunch. All right, cool. I'm gonna go probably on the later side. I hope to see you there and catch up. It's nice seeing old car buddies here and just people you know from the industry. The friendly people of Haggerty Insurance are here. I'll give them a plug. Brad over at Haggerty Insurance. You know, they're not just an insurance company. They organize events like drives down to this event. He organizes a very, very nice, beautiful, scenic drive where you can bring your own car, stay at nice places, and see some very special things along the way. So it's pretty cool. What's this? A Porsche 1964 Porsche 904 Carrera GTS. I'm correct. There you go. Looks like it's from the Collier collection, maybe. No, it's not. I thought it was, because I saw one at the Revs Institute earlier. So, anywho, sports and GT cars, 1963 to 72. Here we go. Starting with, and aren't I excited? Yes, I am excited because I just yesterday, I bought a Maserati to drive here. I flew down to South Florida, drove it here, and was having a great time with it. So just Google Drivin Ivan Maserati Spider to keep up with the story of my new Maserati Spider. I already have a Maserati Spider review posted, but this is a 1979 Maserati, and it looks like a maybe a Ghibli Let's see exactly what I'm looking at here. Indy, maybe? Which one is this? Yeah, it's a Ghibli. They did make a Ghibli Spider too, so they're bringing back a lot of these classic Maserati names, and they're named after winds that blow out of the Middle East and Africa. So that's where they get their names from. Kamsin, Ghibli, and Kialami, I think. All those names come from winds. So I'm really into Maseratis. I've always wanted one and finally just bought one yesterday, so look for that. This is a 1964 Fiat in a really pretty blue color. All my cars that I choose the color are actually blue. So there you go. No surprise that the Maserati Spider I bought is blue. I'll show you that later. It's a special car to me. It's got the vintage package and all those things. Up 65 Shelby, sorry, excuse me. And
What type of car is this? This is a 1965 Shelby
doing interviews today.
GT350.
That is Shelby GT350. Here we have a 68 Ford, of course, the GT40. And there were 3 cars that submitted a bid for Ford to go ahead and build this car. Lola, and Lotus too. In fact, the Lotus Europa was built as a bid for being the GT40, but they did not get selected, and so they just released the Europa out into the world, and I own one of those. I have a 1970 Lotus Europa. Check out my review of that one elsewhere on YouTube. But this one is really, really a beauty here. Yes, sir. Zagato. You see it's a Zagato design. Alfa Romeo 2600 SZ. Probably Sport Zagato. Sprint Zagato. Really cool car. Wow. And this one is, I recognize this one because I saw one on the racetrack. It's an SS. It's called the Scorpion, I think. Let's see what they say. Otis. Looks just like that car. Kind of a Fiat Abarth looking 72 Otis. Looks very similar to one I saw at the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. Just Google Drivin Ivan Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix from a couple years ago and you'll see that car. This is very cool. Yeah, this one comes from Pittsburgh actually, or I'm sorry, Pennsylvania. Very cool. So Zagato, of course, is a famous design house. Builds many cool exotic cars. Many are Italian as well. So Lancia Zagato, which I did have actually at one point. This is another Lancia by Zagato, and it's a Flavia Zagato. So it's a Lancia Flavia Zagato, and what a beauty it is. I do have my Lancia Delta Integral, which you can see my review of, and also you can see the rare, oh, what was that Lancia I reviewed that's not even sold in America? I'll think of the name in a second. But you can see my Zagato review and my Delta Integrale review as well on YouTube. Just Google Drivin Ivan and Lancia. See them all. 1963 Chevrolet Corvette. You know what that means? 63 is the only year that the engineers and the stylists got into a fight, and they decided to have a compromise, and they built the split window. But that's the last time they did it because it was just not financially sound or anything like that. The bead counters probably didn't like it. But oh, does it look good? Yes, it does. The split window Corvette, kids. Shelby 427. Take a look inside. Ain't she a beauty? Yes, she is. All right, let's get on down the road. Gonna ease on down the road. So this is the, I think everybody's been talking about this one, the white Cobra that was locked in some doctor's house or something and just stored. Maybe this is the one. Is that the one? It's gotta be the one. 1964 Shelby, yep. So there you go, left in the UK, was found in the US on 9/12/63. Anyway, there's all the information if you'd like to read about it. I'll go ahead and show you the interior. And look at that. As discovered, I believe. Got the patina and everything. I love it. You know, a lot of my car buddies, they really like to clean cars and polish cars and make them look great. And it's really not my thing. I like to drive cars. The cars are made to be driven. One of my favorite stories is where Dave Gilmour of Pink Floyd, Nick Mason of Pink Floyd couldn't get his, Dave Gilmour's a guitar player, Nick Mason's the drummer, and he couldn't get his GTO started. I mean, he couldn't get any of his cars started. So he drove his kid to school in his GTO. You gotta love that. In the snow. Driving the GTO in the snow. And that's, you know, hey, he's got the money. He can fix it if it breaks. Who cares? You know, to him, it's not a $50 million, $70 million car. It's just a car. I mean, it's never just a car, but you know what I'm saying? It's more of, he probably bought it at $35,000, $60,000, and people thought it was insanely expensive back then. But just look, you know, good cars stand the test of time. Now, this is an AC, so this is the car that the Cobra was based on. This is the one that Shelby threw the big engine in. What's that? What's that?
You like the barn find look?
I like it. I like it.
He likes the barn find look, though. No shine.
I like it because, you know, I mean,
it's original.
I like to drive cars and I like to not worry about them too much.
Exactly, yeah.
And or clean them.
And
so,
not get too crazy with
you know, everybody gets crazy about them. Got an Aston Martin here, DB. Which one? DB6. There we go. So James Bond was actually a little earlier than this one. The car that's very famous. Look how big that engine is. Yes, sir. There you go. DB6. Don't want to skip over that one, but the barn find cars are getting a lot of attention here. As discovered. There you go. So this is the car that Shelby said, hey, let's throw a big engine in that because it's light and sporty. And the rest is history, as you know, for America. Supersonic. Looks like a Fiat 8 valve maybe, but a fancy designed one. Let's see. Let's go in for a closer look so I can figure it out. I like to try to figure out what the cars are before I actually go in and see the answer. Sometimes figure that. Just a design piece. I mean, come on. Yeah, 1953 Fiat 8 valve. And what a special car. Man. There's always someone that wants to walk in my shot, I tell you. It's terrible. What are you going to do? Very nice. And a classic Speedster over there. Just Google Drivin Ivan Porsche Speedster and you'll find my review of that one. Coupe, actually, I reviewed, not the Spider here. Cabriolet. But yes, I do love Porsches. I have 4 Porsches, 2 911s. If you want to see what I think of the 356, like I said, just Google Drivin Ivan Porsche 356. The back of the gull wing here. Let's go then head on down this way to Porsche. So Porsche, all the major car manufacturers have displays out here today, of course. Right when you walk in, Porsche's got another display right in front of the Ritz-Carlton. And like I said, Hispana Suiza is sponsoring the event too because they have a new car that they're releasing. Whale tails. Porsche's got a place to hang out and we're selling some swag, including some bikes. Porsche Design builds, of course, a lot of great Porsche stuff. Not really related to the cars. Related to the cars, of course, but not really. So there you go. There's some swaggy stuff that they've got here for sale. But the 935 is totally classic. This is the ultimate experience of the Porsche 911 that you're looking at right here. It's the 1977 Porsche 930. Well, you're saying 934 and a half. So I said 935. So there you go. Here's the 935. And here is a 934 and a half. But basically the long-bodied turbos based on the 911 and with huge whale tails This one, like Moby Dick. Like Moby Dick, basically. The Brumos collection, another 935, 1979. And yeah, they're just continuing right on down the line here. It's amazing. So, yeah, another 935. You guys are going to get bored of seeing 935s, aren't you? There's just so many of them. Just breezing back by. Last row over here, and then we'll get into the other side. 35K3. Enough 935s to sink a ship. All of them laid out here in a row. That's pretty cool. All the racing Porsches. 935K380. What does it say? 2020 Porsche 935-19. There you go. So there's the modern iteration. Last in the line here. Swap shop T-Bird. Yeah, 1982. So yeah, special display for just Porsche 935. We've got Carini. It's all about the chase. It's Wayne Carini's over here doing sort of things. I've been to his F40 Motorsports shop, actually. I have a video on it. Can't remember if I posted it or not, but if not, I will get to post it eventually. So look for that. But yeah, I've been up to his shop in Connecticut, and it's really a great facility up there. He was actually down at the Katie's Cars and Coffee, and I shot a short video on him. In fact, in his video, chasing cars with the, I think it was the Griffith. You can see my Lotus Europa in the background of that video, actually. My blue Lotus Europa is at the same shop of that TVR. So Google Drivin Ivan and TVR, and you'll see Wayne Carini talking about the Griffith when they shot that episode also. So there you have that. Very nice.
I just want to make sure the right person has the key at the time.
Showing you a couple more angles of these cars. Some Boss Mustangs. Oh, I meant to tell you about the Shelby Mustang. Now that we're back to the Boss Mustang. Because that car, that Shelby 350, Elektra Records gave to Jim Morrison when the Doors album sold 1 million copies. And that car remains a bit of a mystery because he would repeatedly wreck it, leave it on the side of the road. He was too drunk or something. And the whereabouts of that car are actually a mystery, but it was blue, and you can see it in a couple videos of Jim Morrison on the internet of him actually in the car driving it. So, pretty cool story there for you Mustang people. Cyclone. Wow. Cyclone spoiler. Yeah, really. There you go. 1970 Mercury. Plymouth Roadrunner. See? Wellborn Muscle Car Museum, Alexander City, Alabama. 1970 Plymouth. Superbird. My brother had a 1970 Satellite, Plymouth Satellite that was similar, except it did not have the wing. It was a Roadrunner type vehicle. Road and track RT Hemi. And the Judge GTO. Pontiac, of course. Just heading up the line here. That's a cool color. It's got to be original. Or maybe not original. It doesn't look original, but maybe it was some weird thing. One of two built in the outrageous FM3 Panther Pink. So yes, it's original. There you go. Panther Pink.
You know, we moved up here. We live in Fernandina now, so we don't live in Jacksonville.
All right, there we go. Back to the 442. Blondie sang about that one. Detroit 442. Baby, baby, I can rock with you.
She babysat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very nice. I have to go back here and see Volkswagen display here. Like I said, every car company's out here. Don't worry, we'll get back here to these cars too. we're just about clear of this area. I'll walk us back over, and you can see everything on display here. Looks like they turned the VW bus into a electric vehicle. Very nice. I actually took one of these camping once with my uncle. It was so fun. I wish that car wasn't sold. It was blue, and my aunt had stitched the curtains in it. It was actually a gorgeous car. But, okay, there you go. I'm actually going to, just for different scenery, I'm going to swing us back this way. So you'll see some other stuff while I'm walking back. And then we'll come back through here. Here comes the Countach, like I told you, right on time for its debut. So yeah, all the show collecting, the cars that they've chosen for awards and such, they want to talk about up here on the main stage. They just have them drive up. So this area is kept pretty clear. That's how they work it. And people are always running up and down here. I'll show you some of the marketing and things like that out here with the swag that you can get here. Cool car art and all that sort of thing. What's your stuff, sir? Plug it on Drivin Ivan.
Automotive art at its finest. Dave Snyder.
There you go, kids. And you guys?
Tony Sikorsky from Pittsburgh,
All right.
sculptor.
There's a really nice vintage Grand Prix in Pittsburgh.
Yes, there is coming up.
I know. I'm going to be there.
Oh,
Drivin Ivan will be there.
Well, welcome.
Look for this on Drivin Ivan's YouTube channel, Drivin Ivan Cats. All right. I'll have the whole show just walking around showing you what there is to see. Even girls and fascinators. I don't know if you call that a fascinator, but it's certainly a cool hat. Hey, look, there's a Fiat Multipla. I can see it a mile away. 1959, maybe? Late 50s, early 60s? Fiat Multipla, maybe? I don't know. Let's see if I'm right. Once again, I like to see if I'm right or wrong. Yep, Fiat Multipla. There it is. And there's the Revs Institute that I was talking about, that I just plugged on my video. Great place to see cars. If you ever get a chance, go down to Revs Institute. Drivin Ivan has been there, and he loves it. In fact, the McLaren F1 over there is from Revs. I know I've seen it. They have Enzo Ferrari's personal Ferrari. They have a lot of cool cars, don't they, at Revs?
We do have a lot of cool cars.
So if you're in Naples, go to Revs. And also Black Horse Motors, why not? I have a video of that too. Nice dealership down there. But yeah, you'll be very impressed with their collection at the Revs Institute in Naples.
3 weeks ago.
Revs Institute?
Okay, so there you go. Those in the know.
Miles on my electric bike. It's really
Coming back through this way. I'll show you this because we haven't seen that before. There you go. The future of Porsche racing.
It's gonna just be like.
Yeah, it's going to go electric. I predict in the future, classic cars will be basically, they'll scrap the engines out of them and just put electrics in them in the future. Some of them. Maybe not cars that are this nice, but they will sometime in the future. This beauty.
What's that?
Lovely interior.
It's not gonna pick it up.
Again, for a full review of the 356, you should Google Drivin Ivan Porsche 356. A friend of mine has one of the SCCA, the car that won the first SCCA in 1953, Porsche 356. Beautiful car. In fact, Porsche wants to buy it back from him. That's how nice it is. So there you go. I'll show you one more view of the Lucid as we walk by, and then we'll get going with this other row around here. I'm hoping there's a Singer here today. There was a Singer last year. Someone was selling it. There's just such cool Porsches. Lead singer of the Catherine Wheel started that. It's the color of your skin. Good song. The song is called Black Metallic. It's my favorite song by them, but he builds Singer cars. Looks like a Ford display here and Haggerty. I wonder if my buddy's over there. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. They have the DeLorean on display this year. I think they even have his floating skateboard, flying skateboard here somewhere. Anyway, there you go. All right, we're going to get back over there soon, but right now, let's head down this way. That's the new Mustang Mach-E, electric. New cars, old cars, they got it all out here at the show, being polished up all the time. Yeah. Yes, sir, they keep them clean here. Ford Mustang Cobra. Shelby Cobra. I do have a Shelby pickup truck, actually. The Dodge Dakota. They built 1,500 of those. And mine happens to be a convertible. Google that one if you want to see a cool car. Drivin Ivan Shelby Dakota. It's one of my cool cars in my collection. I have about 30 cars, so just Google what does Drivin Ivan drive. You will find them. We'll just keep swinging around here and we'll do all the cars over in this area. But Ford has a massive display here. New York to Seattle in the first time it happened. June 1st, Ford. Wow.
You see cars like
that's crazy. What a car.
to look around. On my way in, I saw a Mark.
No, I mean, again, I'm in that phase of life where I just...
How much for that? He goes, $5. I said, man, you got any more? He goes, yeah, around the corner. I just stacked up.
Just trying to get you to see everything with as steady of a hand as I can provide. Sorry if it occasionally gets a little shaky. Trying to actually just shoot kind of a live format video for this one and just walk around and see what I see and talk about it with you guys. BF Goodrich. That's a really cool car. AMX. That's really cool. It's really cool to see like track versions of cars that aren't even all that popular anyway. Just so cool. But I remember these cars. And look at those wheels. They look so cool. Rose light. Very, very cool. Look at this thing over here. I can't wait to show you that. It's just so cool. Take one more look at that. AMX. And here we go down the line. Have you driven a Ford lately? XR4 Ti. Look at that. Mercer XR4 Ti. Race car version. Don't see that every day, do you? What's that, a Corvette Ford? I don't know why it's over here. Interesting. Maybe you can tell me in the comments why you think that's over here. Well, maybe this, yeah, that's out of the Ford section. I actually didn't see that.
Like the
Yeah.
old, well, we're talking about that on the way down.
It's the sun, y'all. It's pretty hot out here. It clouds your mind. Beautiful Corvette convertible, and look at this. Woohoo! Very, very nice. All right, so let's walk across the bridge. See some Ferraris, shall we? Show you some of the pretty scenery here at Amelia. Walking by the bridge. All right. There you go. Looks like a 275 GTB to me. Very desirable Ferrari. And in blue too. This is the color I would have it if I could choose, y'all. So if anybody wins the lottery and would like to buy it for Drivin Ivan, go ahead. 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB4. A hot rod, really luxury car for Ferrari. And one of their most popular and quick road cars. Very sought after in the market. And right next to it, another 275 GTB4 alloy. So alloy body, of course, adds value and lightness and rareness. So again, these are some creme de la creme Ferraris right here. Another 275 GTB GTC. Yeah, Speciale.
I'm glad they make them.
65 275 GTBC. Wow, never seen so many in once. And here's a convertible too. So there you go. I was just talking about in my video this morning how my Maserati Spider that I just got is kind of like modern Ferraris in a sense. This one, you know, if they have a 12-cylinder, then no, not as much, but a lot of the new Ferraris have the front engine V8, just like my Maserati. So in that sense, they're just classic GT cars. These, of course, the Ferraris had 12-cylinder engines in front, and just like these right here. Check out my review of the Ferrari Roma. Just Google Drivin Ivan Ferrari Roma. You want to see that one? I love the convertible in like a primrose yellow too. You'd expect to see this on a Jag, maybe an E-type Jag. So this is one of the Nart alloy, the alloy Nart Spiders. Everybody wants their picture next to that, right?
Don't move.
There you go. So the Nart North American Racing Team convertible version of the 275 GTB. In, I don't know, I'm calling it primrose yellow, but I don't really actually know what the color's called. Probably says it on here. Here, I'll zoom in for you so you can see it. Louis Cinetti, first importer of the Ferraris. So there you go. Just to see all these 275s lined up is just absolutely amazing. You can watch your Drivin Ivan on YouTube if you don't see anything here and you forgot it. Just Google Drivin Ivan Amelia Island to see last year's or this year's, and you can hear all this great car information while I walk around and talk. Yeah. Try not to pass out from the heat. Wow, wow, wow. They're everywhere. It's so cool that they just feature not only a mark, but they feature an actual car. An actual model from that car, Fast V12. There you go. There you go. Very nice. Oh, look at that. I think I told you before about my Alfa GTV. Well, this is the Alfa GTV on steroids right here. And man, am I in love with that. Wow, wow, wow. I think these guys were here last year. They kind of just build custom versions and such. Wow, this thing is gorgeous. So is this. Alfa Romeo. Wow, just look at that. Whew. Okay, I'm calling it. So far, the electric Alfa Romeo is the car I want to drive out of here. GT electric, kids. There it is. Wow, wow, wow. It's just absolutely amazing. Show you the inside. I mean, come on. Look at that interior. I think I'd seen this once on the interweb. And wow, I must say it looks even better in person. A couple of these brochures of this thing because it's just so cool. And yes, look at that engine. Very, very nice. Back inside again. Look how they've just concentrated on the lightweight nature. I mean, you can tell the car is just beautifully engineered. It's got factory looking wheels that aren't, but just wow. Like I said, I'm going to say this is one of the most beautiful cars here. And this one too, the Disco Volante. Not electric, notice. So again, Jeremy Clarkson says if you haven't owned an Alfa Romeo, and you're not a sports car enthusiast, do check out my version of this one, which is an Alfa GTC, the convertible version from 1972. One of my cars in my wild collection of about 30 cars right now. And like I said, just Google what does Drivin Ivan drive and you'll find it. Here we go. I think these guys were here last year, as I remember. Classic 9 Motorworks in their RS Turbo. It's a darn fine looking 911, isn't it? Yes, it is. People are cooking, having all sorts of fun here. Let me show you a view from across the water here at all these 275 GTBs. Look at that, all lined up. Where do you see that? Where do you see that many 275 GTBs? Not in very many places. Oh, there you go. Cue the bird to fly by. Perfect. So, continuing on, here we go. Onward and onward we go. Man.
No, but
So you see we're right on the golf course here. And I'm taking you to the last part. We've finished the main side there, and now we're on the back side where some more special stuff is, and the awards are done. So you'll hear the guy from he's from one of the auction houses, RM Auctions, one of those. He's talking. He is the chosen announcer because he really knows his car stuff. It's good to hear people that know their stuff.
Well done, and Amelia,
Bollinger Motors.
Winner, well deserved.
Yeah, it's straight through the body. It's really cool. Take you in for a closer look at these. That's pretty cool, right? Why not? Again, I'm trying to show you every single thing that you can possibly see here so that you can go back and watch the video later. Even if you were here, you might have missed something. So, take a look. Walk, show field with Drivin Ivan.
Based around the 911, but really it has, I'd like to say it has nothing to do with the 911 and is everything to do with the 911. This is when Porsche went to four-wheel drive system. The center section of the car is still 911. You can always recognize that
as good as it gets
door, the rear window, and the windscreen, but you can see the flat nose, the wing on the back, and oozes and oozes of power.
Not only oozes and oozes of power, this is a twin-turbo car, all-wheel drive. This was really
1937 Mercedes-Benz.
Porsche's proof to the world that they
wait
had
for it.
perhaps one of the best
Drivin Ivan's favorite, Lancia.
On the planet. This car was so
just like my Lancia Delta Integrale 8-valve. This one's a little older. 1936.
And with the a wide chassis, I should say.
So, there
and with
you
the
go.
all-wheel drive. These are remarkable cars, even to this
Lancia
day,
Estera.
to have the opportunity to drive
Very nice.
these. It
Show you inside.
like an incredibly modern car.
Who's Lancia?
Very impressive car.
Yours? Both yours? I've got a Delta Integrale.
There we go.
This is a cool car too. Very nice. Nice to see you guys. I'm Drivin Ivan. I'm shooting a video of the whole show, all in one take. Check it out on YouTube. You're in there.
29, I got it right the first time. Never doubt yourself when you have a mic in your hand.
Just Google Drivin Ivan Lancia and see my reviews. Thanks. Beautiful car.
It's got a roll bar in it as well, with some small tweaks to make the 959 even faster. So it's also a 959, and congratulations because you are an Amelia Award winner. Thank you.
Just walking and talking. What did I miss over here? I think I missed some stuff. I'll show it to you again.
Quite the man. You know, he started building tractors.
As did many people
in
in the automobile business.
The story goes that he was building tractors, and the story goes that he went to Ferrari to buy a supercar, and he thought that, quite frankly, they were just not very good. So, if you're building tractors and you're not happy with Ferrari, keep in mind that
Street legal electric go-kart.